Hello again, this is the Waterman, and I'm going to do another spiritual toolbox talk, okay? And my body was trying to tell me, oh, I'm hurting too bad, and I'm going to take a little Elam, a little break, a little, like, oasis break here in the desert. You know, you're hurting too bad. You know, you got to take care of me, myself, and I. No. God provided a way. He gave me a walker that my mom had. Gave me a walker, and that's helping me tremendously to get around. Just, I mean, it's not taking away the pain and stuff, but it's helping me to bear it a little better. Now, so I got to carry on, right? And God brought this up. We'll go right back into John chapter 4, verse 36, which I had the notes ready. God brought this. So I got to do this first. And I think it's going to be a short one, but you know how that goes. My wife's confirming that. Yes, we do. Okay? Now, so the question is, who's the rightful king in each thought process, this universal thinking process, our mind, right? Not a brain, not a heart. No. In there, the thought process. As we're going in this relationship builder, coming up higher, back into the right-mindedness of God, we have to green light God, right? In this universal thinking process. And God's going down in the deep, in our mind, down to the deeper, down to the thought process, down to the deepest. Right? Chop it out, skim it out. Each one of them things as it heats up. Who's the rightful king? Me, myself, and I? Your Adamic nature? Listen to that squatting king in there? That's the false king. It's a trickster, a heel grabber. You better take a break, man. You're hurting awful bad. You can't even roll over in bed. You can't get in and out. Well, look at you. You've had to have your wife pick your feet up to help them get back in bed. You can't do nothing, man. You couldn't even put socks on there a couple times. Blah, 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 blah. Huh? Why'd you kick me when I'm down? Trying to kick me, what a false accuser. And here's a double. Just take you a break right now, man. You don't need to do none of the video stuff. You don't need to take nobody. You need to take care of me, myself, and I. Gotta provide a way, doesn't he? It didn't take it completely away, but it helped me just to be able to go through it a little bit because it was getting too rough. I couldn't even. Man, I had to pee in a milk jug last night because I couldn't hardly do it again. Going from the bed to the bathroom, right in my master bathroom, right real close. But my goodness, it's tormenting. Take me like forever to get there, and it just like I'm just shaking and can't really. Man, it's jabbing and just slamming me and about to fall down and collapse. Thinking, oh God, how am I gonna get up? I'll get off. I did all that and get back to use it, and then get it as soon as I get back and get my feet in the bed. I did it. I was like, yes, I got in there without having to have my wife help me. I powered through that bad boy. And I did it. Yeah, it hurt like heck though, man. But I did it. Then I felt, oh no, I gotta pee again. I tried to ignore it. Nope, no dice. I had to get up, so I got to get up. I was like, man, I was shaking. I couldn't get nowhere. So I was looking around for something to pee in there. No bottles or nothing, but there was an empty distilled water jug there from where I put it, distilled water in my CPAP. So I can breathe and blah, blah, blah. But it really helps me. So I said it was hurting like the dickens. I peed in it. Okay. Man, it's just going from one thing to the next. Difficult. It gets about getting worse and worse. Sometimes I get a little better and think, well, I can bear that old bum whooping its ass. Oh, yeah? How about this one? Ah, no. I'm making fun of it. But, man, it was sure pushing me to trying to make my own Elam, my own oasis in this desert place. I think I see something up there where I just relax and take... Oops, that's a mirage. It's not God giving me that oasis in the desert where there's plenty of food and water and, the Word of God, and just relax and take it easy for a little bit, right? Before you kick back out in the desert again, continuing on your journey in that relationship builder. Now, God gives you those, but that's when God gives it. Not when you're saying when things are heated up real hot to chop out, or maybe some stuff draws, some really hard stuff has come up to the top and floating there. Saying, shall I skim this one off too, my child? Gotta get a little bit more, gotta get all of it out. Oh, I'm about to die, oh. Sciatic nerve going all around bolts and stuff through my hip. And all kinds of crazy stuff plumb up my side, up under my ribs. Oh, dog, about make me pee my pants, but I can't even hardly pee. It's hurting so bad. Would it
hurt more to change your
Yeah.
clothes?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't have changed my clothes. I don't know what I'd done if I'd actually peed in my pants. Or if I'd collapsed in the floor. I don't know how in the world I'd got up. Okay, can't quit. Right? Going gets tough. What is it? Tough in God. Get going. You focus, a child of God. Get into the hard nitty gritty stuff. Okay, we're about to melt all this stuff off. You want to skim off this dross? Gotta keep going. Right? The self, that false squatting king, wants to tell you, oh man, you better stop this, man. You're just, this is too much. Here, I'm your rightful king. Here, have a lollipop. Sugar-coated donut. Or here's your hamburger, hot dog, and a milkshake, and it's all poop. It's out of your own red way. Your own cesspool down inside your own carnal mind, which is an outhouse. I don't want that stuff. It tastes good for a little bit, and it'll make me sick because I'm being disobedient to God. I'm telling God no. Shall anything be able to separate you from the love of God? No. Point blank, no. Just keep on. God will make a way. He provide this walker just to help me, just to get through it. I still have to press through it. Have to get through it. I may even have to go to the doctor. I'm waiting to see if it's maybe this weather and stuff. It's been about 4 going on 5 days like this. But we'll see. I'll ask God, Father, please let this cup pass from me. If I don't really want no surgery on that stuff. I don't know what's wrong. But nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. I hope not. I hope it's just maybe having to do with this weather change. I think it is. But I don't know. I can't hardly turn, can't hardly breathe at times. God, dog gets rough. But, it's pretty rough when a person is like, they were like the Israelites were out in the desert and lacking water to drink and lacking food to eat, shelter and everything, got pretty rough on them, right? And there was a few times where they come to this, like Elam and stuff, out there speaking of like an oasis. But there's also mirages out there when they just think that old their old self thinking, their old Adamic way. That old beast thinks they're stinky stink thinking, right? It's down inside of each one of those thought processes in your mind, right? It's like saying, man, you just better do it yourself. I think it's a great oasis. And it's a mirage out there. You jump out there and you start shoveling. Hang on. Oh, sorry. I moved a little quick. Shoveling in big handfuls of sand and stuff. And man, this water's good. Ugh, it's not either. I thought it was great. But it's sand. Dog choking a horse. Choking you. Choking your own humanistic way of thinking. What is it? You lead the horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. If that horse tries to drink, eat sand in the desert, or say a camel, be like their horses out in the desert, right? It's gonna choke it. Choke a horse with that stuff. Right? That's not no water. It's not water. Daggone. Trying to kill me or something? Speaking to your own self, God. You big dumbass! No, you're the dumbass for doing it. Sticking that, you just wanting because that's what I want to do. Tastes good in my mouth. I thought I needed a break. God said, not yet. This is not the true oasis. And then you go into that oasis. You're only there for a little bit, and then it's back out. Because you got to keep going up that spiraling staircase. Obedience to God. Not obedience to yourself, because that's sticking like loads of sand or like donut holes. It's poop. Or poop hot dogs. And man, you got all kinds of food there. Look at this. It's your own crap thinking. Good and evil. Sure looks good to me. I better do it. It's got to be God, because it's good. You're eating your own bullshit. Or sand. It's nasty to kill your butt. To sow to that fleshly thinking's death. Carnality. To be carnally minded is death. It'll kill you, right? That's not the rightful king. That's a squatting king. Your own stinking thinking, not some imaginary devil thing and Satan's out here. That's bullshit. Say out there is where you gotta do all your battles and stuff. Don't worry about that in here. Just wipe this suntan lotion on you. You'll be alright. You're wiping your own poop thinking all over you. Say, look how brown I am. Look how suntanned. I'm protected from all this heat. And no, you're not. You're just stinky and all get out and nasty. You're eating that stuff, gargling it. You're sticking sand and poop in your mouth. That ain't helping you in at all. It's hurting you. It's killing you. It's spiraling you down like down the toilet. Right? It's not an oasis. Okay? That's a mirage. Okay? Now, just like here's another little analogy, little thing like in the natural. In years past, like centuries ago, okay, they used to think that the Earth was the center of the universe, or the center of the solar system. Now, I've been teaching like this one thought process inside of our whole mind being like a big, huge ball with a whole bunch of individual thought processes in it, smaller balls. And then God expands out under his magnifying glass up to, I'm calling it, Earth to Alpha Centauri, about 4.3 light years. Another way to look at that would be like from the sun plumb out to our whole solar system, way out past just where the Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and even past the dwarf planets, which starts with Pluto and then a whole bunch of other ones, which I don't know, and then out past that Oort cloud. We're talking like basically like about 4.3 light years. Okay? All right? It's 93 million miles from the earth to the sun. The rightful king, the most important in our universe. Not as this old-time thought process, this humanistic thinking that me, myself, and I, that earth, being like, so me, myself, and I am the rightful king. I'm the most important. And this is in one thought process. Got blown up. Huh? Well, we're the most important. We're the center of our own thought processes. This thought process right now is the center of everything, center of the whole universe. And really, it's one thought process expanding up there. So it's like if our whole solar system plumb out like 4.3 light years, way out there. Not just to the planets. That's a long way, but that's not all of it. Okay? Now, me, myself, and saying me, myself, and I is all important. Squatting dog. Huh? You false imposter king. Tell me good and evil and bad. Do it my way. Do it my way. My way. Do it my way. Like the Jebusite, the chief dog of all those ites and giants in your land, in your mind. The don't know what's saying 1 Chronicles chapter 11, verse 6. The first one to kill that one from Jebus, that Jebusite, shall be chief and captain, first fruit. Coming back up out of the stranger realm, up through an acquaintance, right? Up through the say, we're doing the dry measures. In the harvest time, you come back up, getting brighter and brighter, brighter. Huh? To the friend realm, which is like an ephah, the tithe, and up to the homer, the full donkey load, all of it. Back into oneness where God is the rightful king. Just like in this universe, our one thought process God's showing us, this thing here is really the center of that thing is the sun and natural. And that's like a thing where, like a analogy, a metaphor, metaphorically speaking, it's the spiritual sun. The natural's first, and it's teaching us about spiritual. This natural solar system, all of it, which is much bigger than just the 8 planets and the dwarf planets and all, from the sun to there, it's plumb out. And the whole diameter of that is about 4.3 light years. About from the Earth to Alpha Centauri is about the same, okay? We'll call it about the same. It's a big ball, okay? Huh? And now that ball, all those little spots in there that God's dealing with, is about approximately the volume of that is about 35,300 million trillion of those little spots God's dealing with. And we got to germinate it first, come to 1, then to 2, and to 4, then 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1,024, 2,048, 4,096, 8,192. Bam, we just went up to a legion and a past a legion that quick. And then it grows bigger and bigger. As we're greenlighting God, it's coming from a little bit dot buried in there, the seed of Christ coming up past a legion and much greater, and it's becoming like keep going, it becomes like a star. Oh, big ball of gas. It's really, really hot. A lot of pressures. In the middle center of that, it's fusing, nuclear fusion. It's fusing hydrogen into helium. Bigger ones, it's doing more, and then the end of those stars it does different things, right? Neutron star, the dwarf star, and even the dark star, which is like a black hole. Gravity wins out because the nuclear fusion is stopped, and it pulls in to nothing, not even light can get out. So you can't see from outside, right? It's just a quick look at it. The gravity being like God's love. And then that huge black hole, all those forces, the strong, weak nuclear forces, the electromagnetism, and your gravity, which is like in the very, very center of that thing, God's pulling it in there. You got to be extremely close with God. What's God doing is building that relationship builder in it. So we're getting denser in his character, nature, character, authority. So in these hard times, you're not wussing out. I'm not wussing out and saying, I can't do it. It's an oasis right here. It's real. Oh no. That's sand. Or that's poop, my own thinking. God gives you breaks sometimes. A real oasis. But not just when you want it. I need a vacation. Yes, God, but hey, it comes in his timing. His precise, correct timing, not yours. Right? So in the old way of thinking, this carnal mind's way of thinking, it's got the earth at the center of the solar system. And it's going way out there to around 4.3 light years, All that spots in there. God's transforming that darkness into light and causing that light. This little light of mine, boom, boom, I'm gonna let it shine, boom, pow. This little light of mine is blowing up and I'm mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, gonna let it shine, gonna let it shine, gonna let it shine. Right? That's only done by obedience, greenlighting God, emphatically in hot pursuit, all turning from that old way, from the old me myself that's trying to trip you up in your walk back up those stairs to God. You can't do it. You don't have what new wine, what to help you get up this wall. That's stupid. That's death. You can't do it. Got to provide a way, like this walker. Eating a little bit. I got stuff in the crock pot, so I got something easy. Or apples, just easy to eat. I have to eat. Or diabetes will kick my butt. Got my medicine laid out, caddy, and like a medicine caddy. My wife's put it in there so I can take that. Got stuff laid out because I can't waste time. It takes me not ever, but for a long time just to get to anywhere. Well, with that walker, I can get there a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. It's more doable. It was getting harder and harder and harder. And didn't look like, oh man, how am I going to do this? God help me. Okay? He's just testing you. Load testing my bread. Stood about to break. He won't put more on you than you can handle. He just tests it. So he can build it up stronger and stronger and stronger. And he's coming at it from a whole bunch of different ways, different angles, like a analog, like a speedometer with that comes like this, not digital increments. No, it's like this, infinite amount of ways showing this one ball, one thought process of a whole myriad of this huge universe of a ball in your mind. A whole myriad, a whole 93 billion light years is the observable universe, but that's not all of it. Because that's just my thinking. What about Lisa's? What about my parents? What about my brothers and sisters? What about you? What about everybody? Huh? So am I going to listen to that, me, myself, and I saying, I'm the center of this solar system? This is right. They've got up some stuff. Or am I going to listen to the truth? See, that's not the king of your heart, of your mind, of this one thought process even. God is the center. He's the rightful king. He's the most important. You obey him. You obey God. Which remember, in the spirit, there's neither male or female. God is one. He's like your daddy and mommy both. He's a spirit. That's where your originate from. And that denotes where you do everything in your mind. Coming back to God's right-mindedness. Not coming back to your own right-mindedness. Right down the toilet bowl. It's confusing and baffling and all don't worry about it. Can't see nothing. You got some blind alpha dog. Excuse me. It grabbed me. You got some blind alpha dog telling you, I know the way. And it's got like a bandage on its eyes. What is that? But it's a blindfold. You can't see, hear, taste, touch, or smell nothing. That's your own self. Your own righteousness going to tell you what's good and bad. Here it is. Give you a donut bowl of poop of your own shit stinking. Seeing, hear, taste, touch, and smell with your own ego in the way. See, I thought that was good for you. Oh, I'm sicker than a dog. Once you get it inside of you, right? What's wrong? I don't know. Here, eat some more of this stuff. Oh. Go down, down, down. Right? Don't do that. About face, turn back to God, right? So, in this, who's the rightful king in your heart? Who's the rightful king of your solar system out of this, each thought process, out of one thought process? Who's at the center of that thought process? God, like the sun and the natural, or your earthly thinking? You still gonna go with that old time thought processes? Just give me that old time thought processes. That religion. Jebusite telling you don't. Man-made religion, not God's truth, God's ways. Define that thing, because there's a dichotomy in that. Two opposing viewpoints. Man-made religion would say, I'm all important. Might say, well, God is, but really, when it comes down to the rubber meeting the road, when it's really putting it to you, getting hard, take care of yourself. Yeah, it's really, though, taking care of yourself is trusting in the Lord with all your heart, not this bullcrap. Because it's wrong, down in your outhouse. Think you hear it echoing? Well, evidently not, if you're eating it. You're biting it hook, line, and sinker. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and come out of that thing. From out of. Go the pro way, the pros. Upward. God's superior way of thinking. Go upward. Go ice, go to, towards, and into. You're heading back to the EMS way, and where you're resting and relying in God and in union with God. Okay? All right, so God is the rightful king. He's at the center of each thought process, each solar system in your mind. Each individual thought process. Not that earth, not that me, myself, and I is all important. At the center of it. Have a great day. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll continue on. Okay? Bye-bye.